Okay. Hey, beauties. Welcome to my full glam tutorial impromptu live. It is Monday. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I do have my mic on, but maybe I'll just take it out of here. We're going to put it here just so that we not muffled or anything. Okay. Today, I am going to show y'all how to get a flawless photo ready look from start to finish. And don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a live, a post, or update. Okay? Period. Or a good glam session because we're going to do this more often. So, hello, welcome. Hey, girl, hey. So happy you here. Okay, y'all. So, it's Monday. I work tomorrow, but I'm gonna have me a little drink. My cup says all I need is mascara and wine, and y'all know everybody be lit off the cut water. So we got us a little cut water. I ain't gonna finish it. I'm not gonna finish it tonight. I'm just going to, excuse me, have a little bit of sip because I do gotta work in the morning and I gotta be up bright and early. This is the lemon drop martini. I've been on martinis bad lately. Um, But we're gonna start with this. I am fresh out the shower, so that's why I'm kind of late. I did do partial of my skincare routine. I did wash my face with my favorite facial wash, and I'm gonna go in with moisturizer. This is the Pond's for dry skin. We're gonna go ahead and get that in there. I'm not gonna put a whole lot because a little goes a long way with this. It's so good. And hopefully YouTube don't be trying to flag me. So let me make sure. Alexa, off. I don't want nothing getting copywritten. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with my Good Molecules Wake Up Eye Gel. It's called Yerba Mate, I believe. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but you know, nowadays you don't know. And I go with like a pea size on my finger. Hey y'all, hey, welcome. And I put it on. I typically do my ring finger, but it's on my middle finger, and we're gonna go under the eye. We gotta do good skin prep when you're going in with like full coverage makeup and you're going in with all the powders and stuff like that. Yes, I am doing makeup. Welcome, welcome. How was y'all on Monday? Hope it was good. I hope work, the school was good. Okay. Make sure y'all grab y'all a snack, grab y'all some water, some juice, some wine if y'all old enough to drink. If you are not 21, please, please. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. I just really love doing makeup, and makeup is all about like enhancing what we already got, not covering it up, not trying to look like somebody else. That's my thing. We like to elevate our look, not cover it up, period. Okay, y'all. So, whew, it's been a day. So, if I get to start rambling on y'all, please, please, please make sure y'all let me know if y'all can't hear me. I do have my mic on, so I kind of like drown out the stuff in the background. My vanity is a little chaotic, but we gonna work with it. I'm gonna take one of these non or I'm sorry, these lint-free wipes because I did go in with my moisturizer, but I hate for my eyebrows to be oily. So I'm gonna just wipe them off. Thank you, honey. I really appreciate that. You are beautiful as well. Although I can't see you, but I'm pretty sure you are, especially with you giving out amazing compliments like that. Okay, I always start with my brows, especially when I'm doing eye makeup. Y'all let me know, do y'all want to see like some gold, some silver, or some color? I got a few palettes here with me, and I just want to know what kind of look y'all want to see. I'm really leaning towards color. That's why I kind of put on nude so that it don't like clash. This eyebrow gel is a brow laminated gel by e.l.f. So in this tutorial, we are going to use a combination of high-end and affordable products, but trust me, you can get the same look with whatever you got. It's not all about how much stuff costs, it's about the technique. That's one thing I live by. Trying to get my mirror together here. So I'm gonna brush my brows with this. Make sure y'all liking the live, period. You my girl too, period. I hope, I'm sorry. Let me know if I'm using the wrong pronouns, y'all. I don't want to offend nobody. My eyebrows are a hot mess. I did not get a chance to wax them. Today was supposed to be a self-care day, but I also had to run a lot of errands. I did get my hair cut today, so I was blonde. Now I'm like salt and pepper. I didn't really have time to um, bleach and color my hair because I wanted to just make sure I was on time, as on time as possible for the live, because I did kind of come up with this last night. So it is an impromptu live, but excuse me, I also just got done eating, y'all, so bear with me. Might be a little gassy. Not like that though. Thank you. You are so kind. I love it. I love it. Kind people rule the world, okay? So this comes with like a brush and a comb on the other end of the eyebrow gel brush. So I'm gonna just brush my brows up. I love this stuff so bad. This and my NYX brow glue tea, okay? And this was like not even $10. You can find this at Walmart, Target. This stuff is so good. Even when you don't want to put nothing extra on your brows, it's so good. I'm gonna say this once, and I ain't gonna say it again. Do not come in my live with the bullshit. Okay? You do not have to be here. This is for the people who want to be here, and that's it. That's all. So have a nice day, Nick. Go find you something else to do, please. Okay, now we're gonna let the brows kind of dry down a little bit. Um, you know what? We are into like you. There you go. Because we're not gonna do that. No bad vibes over here. Please. Good vibes only. You got something that you literally can go find something else to do. We are not going to deal with trolls tonight. Period. Not doing it. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not never. Anyway, moving on. Um, brows. We're gonna let that dry down. Um, I kind of want to go in with my primer, but we're gonna do eyeshadow and I don't want it to like fall out. So we're gonna hold this for a second. I don't know what they're talking about either. I really don't. Whoever he is. So I think I'm gonna do something real elevated with the glam today. I have a few palettes here, and I got my two favorite palettes. They both by Morphe. This one is a like a neutral palette. I love this one. This is definitely giving fall time. And then I have my other favorite palette. I got a few favorite palettes. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette. Y'all, I am a makeup artist, so excuse me if they are like a little dirty. I be working. And this also have neutrals, but it has a lot of like summery colors in it. I love this palette. I think I use there is one color in here that I hit pan on. Y'all can tell I use that the most. And you can see all the other ones that I use. And then my third favorite palette that I pulled out for y'all is going to be my Juvia's Place, the Warrior palette. I think this is the original Warrior palette. And this is also neutrals and browns and golds and champagne gold. So we're going to start with the eyes first. I did say that. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with my concealer. This is the Born This Way concealer. This is in the color Butterscotch. This is probably my favorite concealer. We're going to prime the eyelids. I'm also going to color correct. So, because I do have a couple breakouts going on over here. I don't know if y'all can really see the darkness, but it's a couple breakouts going on. We don't have perfect skin, but we love the skin that we in. I'm gonna blend this out first so that we can go in with eyeshadow. I'm gonna show y'all one of my tricks. Hopefully I got my tape right here with me to get the most snatched eye look. I can go live tomorrow too if you want me to. But I'm definitely going to be here every Monday. That's the goal, that's the plan. I'm going to also bring this up under my brows so that we can kind of like have a clean, even base. It'll also give us some, like a guideline, so to speak, for our brows. Because I kind of want to like mask the fact that I have unruly brows right now. Good night, girly. See you soon. If I go live, make sure you hit subscribe and then you sign up for notifications so that you know when I go live. I'm gonna probably go live tomorrow for sure. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the love and the support. I hope you have a beautiful night. For you, I'm gonna go live. So make sure you let me know. You can comment under my community post that I got and you like remind me. Thank you too. Have a good night, love. This will be up for you so you can come back and re-watch it, okay? So that you can see the whole tutorial. I'm gonna make sure I upload it tonight for you, okay? And then we can come here and meet again tomorrow. I got you. Good night. Okay. That's blended. Okay. Now that that's blended, before I go in with my color corrector, I am going to go ahead and do my brows. I did have to pick up a new brow pencil. I'm telling y'all, today I was running around, honey. I wanted to be prepped for this live. I tried to do my best. So we're going to open this up. This is the NYX brow micro brow pencil. I don't think I've used any other brow pencil besides the one that is from my brand that I have that is currently in the works. So stay tuned for that. That will be relaunching in 2025. When we have an official date, I'll make sure to let y'all know. I love a fresh eyebrow pencil. I love a fresh eyebrow pencil so bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my brows. This is my brow pencil from my brand. We are gonna do different packaging because it's a little bit bulky, but I love like the rhinestones on it. But I'm gonna use this spoolie to just make sure my brows are laying how I want them to lay. And then we're gonna start at the tail end of the brow. I want to start here mostly because that needs the most sculpting. When you're doing your brows, light strokes, you want to do like, you want to kind of match the hair on your brows. So hair like strokes with a light hand. Don't go heavy unless you like your brows thick and beautiful. By all means, just remember there's not really any rules to makeup. I'm gonna turn this light down just a little bit so we can make sure it's not a glare. Now, if you missed the beginning of the live, I did say that my eyebrows are not shaped, waxed, or like threaded or anything. I have been in the process of like growing them out because my eyebrow lady, well, not my eyebrow lady, the lady that I went to who did my eyebrows kind of messed me up. She was not my regular eyebrow lady, but I was trusting her with my brows and she kind of made them uneven, but I will give her grace because I have noticed that in previous years, going to certain eyebrow people, they have kind of been uneven for a while. Like one brow is a little bit thicker than the other. They are cousins, they are not sisters. I say that all the time. But one thing y'all gonna always hear me say is that I get anal about my brows. And I do. But it's all about preference. It's all about preference. We're not gonna really do no thick brow. I pretty much just like fill in any like sparse or very thin areas to make sure that it looks cohesive. We don't really want no thick brows. We want them to look very, very natural as possible. Because again, we are putting on makeup. Then I'm gonna go in. This color was espresso, and then I'm gonna go in with rich auburn, which is a pretty like brown color. And I'm gonna go in the front so that it's not very harsh up there. Again, hair like strokes, and we're gonna follow the natural pattern of our brows. With that laminating gel, you can literally lay your brows however you want, and then we just follow that same motion, the same direction. Now, Brows are, give or take, 60% done. Let's just say that. Brows are about 60% done. I always go back to my brows. I always go back to my brows, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the whole tutorial. So don't let me ramble on about no brows. And give me a second, y'all, because I did tell my other people that I was going to let them know we was live. So I want to make sure I share this live on my Instagram. Um, let me see. Y'all have any questions? Let me know. Don't be shy. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me share this live to my Instagram. I hope y'all was having a great day. If y'all was just tuning in. Okay. I need to share this. Not me hearing myself. Okay. Thank y'all for being patient with me. We are doing a full glam tutorial. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Um, oh, okay, y'all. I'm not even logged in on Instagram on there. So hopefully my Instagram people come here and watch the live. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face before we go in and clean up the brows. This is the Maybelline New York Grippy Serum. It lasts up to 24 hours. It's a makeup grip primer and it has 2% niacinamide in there. If y'all don't know nothing about this, this is everything. Okay. I also use the Elf one, which also has niacinamide in it. The Power Grip. I use the green one and the pink one. You can see this one is empty. Okay, period. Because we love us some grippy primer. It is a this for sure is a dupe for the Hydro Grip primer, which is by Milk Makeup, but we like to stay affordable. If it works for less, we're gonna use it. So we're gonna put that all over the face. Um, I am. I'm gonna just blend this out with my hands. I'm gonna move this up. Hopefully my hair lays down before the end of this tutorial. I like to put my primer up underneath my eyes as well. Even though we prep real good. Y'all, excuse me if I sound a little stopped up because I feel like with the weather changing here in Chicago, it has been really changing how my sinuses has been acting. And your girl is not here for it, okay? Not here for it at all. But it is what it is. Okay. Now we got our primer on. Gonna let that sit. I am going to conceal underneath my eyes with my e.l.f. concealer and then my Too Faced concealer. Um, I'm going to use a different color of the Too Faced concealer. Let me turn my notifications off, y'all. I should be on Do Not Disturb. I don't want us to get interrupted. Okay. So I typically like to go in onto this palette with like my product. Sometimes I go on the back of my hand, but it really just depends. This is chestnut. I am gonna use the back of my hand as well as my palette, especially when I start going into my foundation. I'm gonna put both on the back of my hand. So Too Faced and chestnut, and then e.l.f. and this is also deep chestnut, but y'all can see that it's literally like two different colors. This one is more so my skin tone. This one is like a brightening one. Um, I want to start with the one that's closer to my skin tone, and I'm going to start here in the front. And when you're doing your brows, sculpting out your eyebrows. If you make a mistake when you're drawing them on or filling them in with the brow pencil, the concealer is definitely going to take them away. One thing I like to do is I kind of like to make a line across to kind of like make them almost symmetrical. Because we don't want one brow up here, one brow down there. And then I take that same color and I go across the top. Okay. I do have extra like paper towels here. Sometimes things get messy, but also to wipe off like excess on my brushes so that we not like doing too much mixing. And then I'm gonna take the e.l.f. This one is a mattifying concealer, which is why I'm gonna go underneath the arch with this one because it's going to disguise those unruly hairs that usually get waxed away to give us a very seamless brow. You'll see that I am meeting those colors. While we let that dry just a little bit, excuse me. While we let that dry just a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and go in with our color corrector. Color corrector is for like dark marks or discoloration or hyperpigmentation, which is like when your skin tone is not the same color. As a melanated person, sometimes our skin don't match our neck don't match our face don't match our neck, or vice versa, or sometimes the chest. But this is just going to help ensure that there's like no gray spots, no patches, or anything like that. So I do put a little bit underneath my eyes. I usually go across my lip. Make sure we hiding that stash. Makeup starts to look crazy before it looks good, especially when you're doing full glam. And I'm gonna put it over like the areas where I have blemishes and dark spots. Um, I do have a lot of beauty marks, so I try not to cover those too much. And then I do add them back sometimes. I also go in the corners of my nose because sometimes makeup get lost there. Like it just looks gray sometimes there. Okay. I'm gonna blend out the brows. I'm gonna take my concealer brush. Just make sure it's no. Just sanitizing it with alcohol, rubbing alcohol. I'm gonna blend out the top before I blend out the bottom. And when you're blending, we are patting, not swiping. Do not swipe your makeup because you're going to basically like rub it away. We want to pat it in place. I did prime my eyelids before I went into my eyebrows, so we're going to try to like marry all that together. I also use that concealer as a guideline for where I want my brow shape to go, or how I wanted it to be. One thing about Elf, they never disappoint. That is actual. Okay, now for my color corrector, because we're looking very crazy here. We look very crazy, but it's okay. Trust the process is what I like to say. I'm gonna blend out this first because this always starts to crease first. Blend underneath my eyes. I only try to keep it where it's like usually dark. The hormonal breakouts, just being candid with y'all, the hormonal breakouts really ugh, throwing off my mojo. This color corrector, if I didn't say, is by Morphe. And on a scale to 1 to 10, I give it a 7. And the reason why I say that is because I've had the NARS one before, and it was so good. It was so tea. So tea. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take that concealer brush that I used to blend out the brows, and I'm just gonna like make sure this is blended. Gotta make sure it's blended real good. Okay. So let me see if I have some tape. Okay, I'm gonna use this lash tape as my little tricky trick. I forgot who I learned this from. It was probably Jackie Ina. If y'all are familiar with Jackie Ina. Um, and you basically put the tape where you want on the eyes so you can kind of get the perfect eyeshadow shape that you want. So I'm gonna cut a couple pieces of this. I'm not gonna make them too big because I don't want it to mess up most of the base that we have here. This tape is eyelash tape, so hopefully it don't do nothing too crazy. And I'm gonna just put it here. Going under my eye. Um, and then I'm gonna put this one. Try to make sure they're equal. It look good to me. Yeah. Okay. And then I am going to take a little bit of setting powder and kind of set some of this color corrector so that when I am starting, like if I have any eyeshadow fall out, it don't mess up the base. So set here. Just taking a little bit on the brush. Remember, we're doing a full glam makeup. So this is another trick. Setting your primer and your color corrector is key. I'm gonna also set like around my smile lines just so that we can avoid creasing. And I'm gonna also set my eyelids before we go in with the shadow. And I am using the Laura Mercier translucent medium deep. So this is like literally my skin tone shade or close to it at least. Okay, now for my favorite part. Hold on, let me wipe this concealer off my hand before I touch anything. Or I get it on my favorite shirt. Ah! Another thing I like to do is go in with lip mask. I am making a mess. I'm going in with, this is my favorite night balm. That's literally what it's called. Y'all can see that it's literally used to the bottom. I got a backup. I got a couple backups. This is from Bath and Body Works. We're gonna moisturize these lips to make sure we're not crusty on here. And I like it that it's a lip mask. It says it's an 8 hour overnight recovery. 10 out of 10, highly recommend for sure. Okay, now let's get into this eye makeup. I am going to start with a shade that's closest to my skin tone. So I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette volume 2. So this is the second one. Um, and I'm gonna go into this color right here. Literally my favorite color. Um, to go in and start with as a base because it's like close to my skin tone, but it still shows up perfectly. And I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush. And when it comes to eyeshadow, I like to kind of like press the eyeshadow where I want it so that it shows up before we get to like blending it out, if that makes sense. So this is gonna be like my crease color. We're gonna stay underneath the brow, but we're gonna go right into the crease of the eye. Now, if you have like hooded eyes, I don't have hooded eyes. I don't have a lot of eye space either. So if you have hooded eyes or you have not a lot of eye space, you can always go up a little bit more. You even if you want to touch your brow and then clean it up later with concealer. That's what concealer is for. Now when I get here to the inner corner, I am going to start to like do like windshield wiper motions and circular motions at the same time. So more like circle, windshield wiper, and we're gonna like blend that out. I kind of feel like this tape is a little bit higher. What y'all think? I think it is. We're gonna fix that. I'm gonna try to bring it down without messing anything up. Okay. Hopefully that's good. What you do to one eye, you do to the other. So we basically like packing that color on until you get the payoff that you want. I do kind of take the eyeshadow on my nose a little bit when I'm doing like a full glam. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Eyeshadow is also one of the things that you can literally go in and clean up if you need to. Everything is fixable when it comes to makeup, especially when you have a technique. Oh, y'all just don't understand how much I love this color. This is like the color that I use all over my lid when I just don't do no eyeshadow. Like if it's not a bronzer, then it's definitely this color. It's so perfect. Jacqueline knew what she was doing when she was making this palette for sure. Okay, now I am going to take a smaller fluffy brush, right? And I'm gonna move on to another palette. So bear with me. If you got a palette that has all the colors that you need, stick to one palette, literally. So I'm gonna go into this one. This is another Morphe palette, and it has mostly like bronzy nudes, fall type shades. And another favorite of my colors that I use often is going to be this one right up here, and then the one right below it. So these two right here, one, two. I'm gonna take the one right above it, and I'm gonna take that to blend out the edges of this one. Because we don't want any like harsh lines. So not too much, just blend out the edges. And then I'll try to keep my eyeshadow brushes close because I tend to go back and forth with them, especially when I'm doing an eye look that is going to be a little more intricate, more detailed. Now, don't hate me. I'm going in with another palette, and that's the Juvia's Place palette. Um, I typically go in with this brown too when I use this sometimes to blend out the edges because this one is a little bit more on the cooler side and less warm, I should say. But we are finna deepen up the crease. So to do that, I'm gonna go in with like a smaller brush. Um, do I want to use this one? Let me see. Yeah, we can use this one. This is fine. So I am gonna take this dark brown and we are going to pat this in the crease, but a little bit below, if that makes sense. So we kind of drug that first color up a little bit more. This one's going to go directly in that fold. So like in that fold of the eye right there. That's what we're trying to do is deepen it up. And yes, this is dark. So I'm going to work on one eye at a time. And this one, I'm not taking it all the way here. I'm just kind of taking it to like, I want to say like 60% of the eye. I don't know why 60% is the number today, but that's what we're going to do. So we're just trying to deepen up that outer eye. So the outer corner and then that crease. We're going to do the same thing here. Always dab like to sort of like outline. So it's almost like you're coloring. Like if you was coloring in a coloring book and you want your colors to be bold before, or you don't want to go outside the line. It just depends on what type of artist you are. Me, I'm going to try to outline it first by dabbing it so that I can also get the color payoff that I want from it. Now, because this color is kind of dark, I am not going to blend it too much, but we're going to definitely blend it. So without putting more product on it, we're going to go into it like that, like so. And then I also want to bring it into onto the lid a little bit. And that's why I love having the tape. The tape help prevent you from going too far out and then it getting messy. But remember, we're not even done with the whole face. We still gotta put foundation, concealer, contour, blush, all that on. So you can easily erase it. And I'm gonna show you how. So I'm gonna deepen that corner up as much as I feel is necessary. Because we're gonna kind of make this a bold glam. But we're gonna do like my take on my, well, I'm not even gonna say my take. We're gonna do like my signature eye. One thing you will love about me, or I should say, you will know about me, is that I love, I love a gold eye. I do. It's just something about a gold eye, gold period. I love gold jewelry. I love gold accessories. It's just some. It just elevates, and it matches so well with my skin tone. So actually, I'm gonna stick with this palette, and I'm gonna show y'all how to fake a cut crease. I myself am not really big on cut creases. Um, when cut creases was like really popular, I was like, I'm not doing it. So, hmm, I think I'm gonna go in with this gold, and then I'm gonna go in with this gold, and I'm gonna show you why. So I'm gonna start with this one right here, and we're gonna come here. So kind of where we put that brown, and so like directly on your lid. And we're gonna blend it in with that brown that we put on the outer corner, right? Lord, I done went in with this color right here, but it's okay. We just gonna go with it. I actually accidentally tapped into the wrong one. So what you do with one eye, you gotta do the other. We want things to match around here. We can't have one eye looking like who did it and why. So we just gonna elevate that like that. We're just gonna mix them together. Forget it. Why not? Okay. Now, I am going to take another fluffy brush. This one is a little used. So to clean it off, I'm gonna just take a little bit of my alcohol, put it on a paper towel, and we're gonna clean it out. See, it's clean, right? Now going in with this gold right here in the middle, the very center, I'm going to first make sure the brush is dry. And I'm going to start pulling that from the inner corner up into the crease. Why? Because we want to follow the shape of the eye. We're going to, that's basically what a cut crease is, right? You just cut into the crease. If I'm wrong, let me know. Literally, just comment below and tell me. One thing I for sure and will always love about makeup is that you can make your own rules. Everybody have their own techniques. Even the girls who be like, I can't do makeup, but be looking real glam. That's because she made her own rules. Literally. So remember how I said I keep the eyeshadow brushes that I use close to me? These are all four eyeshadow brushes that I've used. This is the very first one that I went in with. We're going to take that no product. I didn't go back into no product, and we're going to blend. We're going to blend the edges of everything. I'm I'm gonna take the same brush that I went in with this inner corner and I went into the crease. We're gonna do that here too. Now, with this eye, I feel like I went a little too further out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna clean that up like that. That's the brush that I went on top here. So we're gonna use that to just kind of wipe away some of that. Now, I'm gonna put these to the side. When it comes to like blending that matte shade with the shimmer shade, I always try to go in with another shade that is the closest to the matte shade that we use. So that matte brown that we use, I'm going to find a shimmer that's close to that so that we can kind of blend the colors together. We don't want it to look funky. We want it to obviously be there, but not be there, if that makes sense. So in this palette, hear me out. We done went in with a gold, a deeper gold, mix this together with a little bit of champagne. So there is a little hint of like silver in there somewhere. This one right here, this brown color, is going to tie that all together. I need a smaller brush. I might have to grab my makeup brushes. Bear with me for a second, please. Okay, more makeup brushes. Excuse me. So I am going to go in with another small fluffy brush. And we're going to go in with that color that I just showed y'all. We're going to stick these right there for now because I don't have any more room on my little table. So we're going to go in with this brown right here. I almost forgot for a second. And we're just going to put that on top of the brown in the corner, but not exactly, more so on top of the gold. Excuse me, to try to blend that out. And then we're going to take this again, and we're going to go back in with that matte brown. To just make sure we're not taking away that too much. Then, I know. It can be a lot, but we're gonna go in with like a small flat brush, and I'm going to take like a nude, not too nude, that it gives like halo, and we're going to clean up underneath the brown. So I'm gonna go in with this one that was underneath the one that I mentioned to y'all. And then we're gonna go back in with this one. Since we added more brown, we're gonna blend. If you need to, you can always go back into the colors in case some of the colors get lost or something like that. I keep dropping them freaking lashes. Go back in with that and make sure we can see those colors. Okay. Then for right now, we are done with the brows. We're done. We're done with not the brows, the eyes. I'm gonna take these off and you will see how it kind of left like a wing teeth. Now, later on, if we choose, we can go in with like a liner, a, a dark line, but I think I'm gonna do more brown. And it's not even gonna be like a wing liner, it's just gonna be to coat the water line. And my drink was getting a little watered down. I've literally been sitting here trying to log into my Instagram, but that's my business phone, so it only has my business account on there. But it's okay. I think we're doing good. I think we are doing good. Okay, now that the eyes are semi done, we like 75% done with the eyes. We're gonna come back to that. Now we're gonna get to the fun part, the part that we all been waiting for, the freaking foundation. So before I go in with foundation, I like to spray my face. That's just me. I'm gonna go in with my MAC multitasking setting spray. It's the MAC Fix Plus. Um, like a prep and prime, but I think that's literally setting spray. So we're also gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm gonna grab my fan. Now, foundation. We're gonna go in with the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is my tried and true, my favorite foundation ever. And I am going to pump it onto here. So I'm going to do one, two pumps. I feel like two pumps should be perfect. And then I am going to mix it up, like warm it up on the palette. You can put this on the back of your hand or however you choose. And then I'm going to paint this onto my face with a flat brush. I don't put a lot on my forehead. Make sure I put it over. I don't go in with a lot of foundation. I feel like less is more. The less blending you have to do. I like to make sure it blends. Oh. I'm actually going to go in with one more pump because this is one of those foundations that is medium to full coverage. So one more pump won't hurt. And instead of dragging it, I'm just going to dab this in all over. That way, again, we could try to stick with the less is more vibe. And then I am going to go in with my favorite foundation brush, which is by Morphe. It is the Morphe and Ariel collection, Makeup by Ariel. He used to be Kylie Jenner's makeup artist. I'm gonna just sanitize it. So I literally did my makeup the other day, so my brushes are not freshly clean, but they're my brushes. So, and we just gonna dab. If I have anything left on the palette, I also take that off and I dab that onto the brush. And when I get to doing my makeup, that's when I do take the do rag off because we want to make sure that it's blending into the hairline. Blend down to your neck. We don't want to look like we got a mask on. Not at all. We're gonna blend into the hairline. I don't typically like go underneath my eye, but I do like to make sure that it's blended as good as possible everywhere and that there's no lines of demarcation or any harsh differences. Okay, that looks good. Okay, period. Um, I am gonna go. I don't have a clean makeup sponge. I didn't clean my makeup sponge. So what I'm going with like the handy dandy old school. If you know, you know, wedges, and I am going to make sure that we are not. It picks up like any excess. But it's also making sure that it's all blended. So you didn't pick too much up, but also we don't want to have too much in like the wrong places, you know? Okay, I'll put that to the side. And then next step is going to be concealer. So with my NARS foundation, it is on the bit darker side. So it is mostly my summer shade, but once it dries down, it does dry down a tad bit darker than what I am. So I'm gonna go in with one or two concealers. I'm not even gonna hold you. So this one is my chestnut, which is like I can use this as a foundation because it's literally my skin tone. We're gonna go underneath the eye. I feel like the lighting. There we go. Is that good? Hopefully that's good. Go underneath my eye with this one so that we can make sure that it's as closest to my skin tone. But we want to make sure that when we go in with the brighter concealer, it is not going to turn gray on us or it becomes ashy. I'm also going to take that in the corners of my nose. I'm going to take this a little bit above the lip. Then I'm going to make a fishy face or I'm going to smile. And I'm going to take a little bit on the sides of my mouth. and then like underneath the cheekbone, literally underneath the cheekbone. You see, we already kind of got a contour, so you could kind of see the difference between the colors there. And again, this is my Too Faced concealer in the color chestnut. It's so tea, so tea. Now, I want to go in with my other uh, concealer is Too Faced as well, but it's in butterscotch. This is what I'm going to use to put it on our chin, and we're going to put this in the inner corners and a little bit on the nose. This is going to go on my forehead like that, like so. And it's also going to go on my nose, but not just yet. We're going to go into the contour. I am going to use, I have to re up on my Fenty. It's so empty. This is like my favorite contour, but I literally have nothing left in there. I don't know. I'm just holding on to it for, I don't know. But right now, my all time favorite is this. It is the, whoa, almost knocked y'all over. I'm sorry. It is the Lifter Stick by Maybelline, and I typically like to warm this up on the back of my hand because I don't know, it's something about putting it directly on my face that it could be a hit or miss. So we're gonna put that on the back of my hand, warm it up. It is pretty chocolate. And I'm gonna go in. I feel like make sure I put on my to-do list tomorrow, wash makeup brushes. Literally. I don't know. All right. This is a contour. No, this is a putty bronzer brush by Elf. Sorry, y'all. I've been meaning to like mention the brushes too, but I feel like brushes can be multi-purpose, multi-use. It just depends on you and what you like. Simple. I want to go into the back of my hand with this, and I'm going to literally put this on my cheekbone, and then kind of up into like the hairline, a little bit onto my temple, because my face is. I feel like I'm a little oval shaped with my face shape, so I kind of